What's up, everybody? It's your man, Nickolas, Wildstar, candidate for California governor, right here with you for a brief interview with my man, Marcus Ruiz Evans from Yes California, who is in the house. What's up, MRE, and welcome to this wonderful quick chat with you. Thank you for being here. You can hear me,
Always,
right?
yeah, I can hear you just fine. By the way, I got to say, really nice shirt. You look real professional, and that
Oh, thank
background
you.
is coming crisp right now. Like you're stepping up your game. I don't know if that's the way normally when I'm over there, I know, whatever, but that Newsom background is looking really crisp today.
All
And
right.
your shirt, yeah, I don't know if you ate your Wheaties or what happened, but
Right.
you're
Well, I got a
good.
little better lighting over here thanks to you, assisting me with that. So it's looking much better. Appreciate it. We got Ted Cotini in the house. Says hello from Chico. What's up, Ted? And
Chico.
welcome to this quick chat. Chico in the house. So yeah, we wanted to talk about, or I don't have Marcus very long, so it's going to be a quick chat. And I basically wanted to talk about our efforts to get all of the candidates that have declared themselves to be in the running for governor of California. We've actually been talking about, hey there, Clifford, just wanted to say what's up to you. Thank you for being here. So as you guys know, Marcus is the president of Yes California, has been pushing for the Cal exit movement. Just as you've heard of Brexit before or Texit, California has been pushing its own exit movement, and Marcus Ruiz Evans has been spearheading that effort. And it's no mystery or secret that I know him, he knows me. We are working together, and I am a board member of Yes California
Yes,
to
you
help
are.
move the cause even further. So in discussing with him about bringing more attention to the organization, as well as, of course, getting involved in community events, etc., we had discussed coordinating a debate for all of the candidates that, again, have declared themselves in the running for California governor before this recall election is successful, which it looks like it's going to be. We have over 1.3 million signatures. We only need 1.5 million to have this recall stick. And we're collecting
Wow.
nearly over 100,000 signatures a week. So by mid-February, this recall will be successful, in which case there will be a special election here in California soon. So I was talking with Marcus about, again, getting together all of the candidates and having Yes California
Host.
host a debate. Yes, exactly. Host a debate where we would get an opportunity all to be heard before this special election takes off. Now, the one thing about debates is they usually cost a lot of money to either get started and or get involved. On the candidate side, to get involved with debates, they usually require that you have fundraised over $100,000 in campaign funds. Now, this does not exclude you from all debates, since a lot of those debates are ran by independent organizations, nonprofit organizations such as Yes California. So Yes California did their due diligence by, again, extending an invitation out to all candidates. I'll show you guys here so you can see this. This invitation went out to all of the candidates, basically letting them know, hey, we're having a debate. It's the California governor recall debate. We're on StreamYard. All declared California governor candidates are invited. Introduce yourself to potential voters, etc. And the date scheduled for that was before March 5th. Now, that date is creeping up quickly. And so far, I'm the only candidate that have accepted the invitation to be in this debate. Am I right, Marcus?
Uh, I think there was one other guy, but yes, there was one other guy who did respond. A couple of the other candidates, and Mike Plumhoff worked very hard to reach out to all these people. He was
Yes,
super on it. He reached out to many people. He followed up after we had a discussion at the Yes California Board of Directors. That's available for everybody to watch. You can literally see the brainstorming, and then we had the action items, and then Mike Plumhoff went off and did it. And I think, Nickolas, you're talking about the reaction of some of the candidates. So he got a lot of responses from candidates, which is good. At least they responded.
Right.
But the thing you pointed out to me, which I think, I'm not trying to, it's your show, but I think what you're hinting at is a lot of these people were saying, I'm running for office, I'm running for office. Hey, great. Do you want to be in a governor's debate? No, I'm going to wait. But the recall may happen now. You may be running for governor now. Why are you not interested in announcing or talking about your candidacy now? And you're like, I'll wait till 2022. It seems like you're almost scared of Newsom.
Exactly.
How are you a serious candidate if you're not willing to talk about being a candidate now? And why is the recall scares you from that? I'm
Right.
not sure I get it. And how are you going to challenge Newsom politically and on stage if you're scared to be seen challenging the governor? That don't make no sense.
Exactly.
I mean, at some point, you're going to have to call him out. You're scared and timid of doing it now. How are you going to do it later on? And why are people supposed to believe that you're an actual leader?
Yeah, or if you're just sitting around waiting until the big show happens in 2022, just so you can gather all of the fundraising to only be, included into those high-profile debates. And it's sad that a lot of candidates, no matter what, status they have as a community activist or candidate altogether, you do have those that feel like they may be raising the profile of other people involved or other candidates if they do get involved. I experienced that myself when I was running for governor in 2018. All of the invitations to candidates went out to different debates, and there was one at Santa Cruz College, I believe, a college out in Santa Cruz. Or San Jose College, forgive me. So San Jose State had a debate, and they invited all of the candidates, and the only one out of the so-called top 6 candidates, leading candidates that accepted the debate was Delane Easton, the former, what was she, like?
Richmond mayor. Is that her?
No, she was actually the, what is it? The head of the colleges out here. So, and yeah, she was the California State College, board member or whatever the case may be. So, superintendent or whatever. So Delane Easton, she was the only candidate that accepted the invitation to be there, along with myself, the Green Party candidate, the Peace and Freedom candidate. All of these other candidates showed up to be on the debate stage. And that was pretty much the circuit, was me, the Libertarian candidate, the Green Party candidate, the Peace and Freedom candidates, all of these other candidates going out there and getting on the debate stage together and being ignored by the duopoly, the mainstream parties, Republican and Democrats. So it was kind of hard to get them on stage, unfortunately, simply because they didn't take us seriously. Even though, again, just like every other candidate, we were on the ballot. And same thing here is I'm going to be on the ballot. As much as these candidates may not want to take me seriously, I will be right there next to their names. And you, the people of California, will have an opportunity to vote for me just as you will them. The question boils down to is how seriously do you take them? If they're not willing to put in work and take organizations such as YesCalifornia seriously enough to accept their invitation to get involved in this debate, then why are you considering them as a candidate or someone that you should represent you, at all? I'm a bit lost as to why people still think that, but that's the way things are right now. I want to say shout outs to Erica in the house. Thank you so much, Erica, for being here. And Ted, who says he does not support the recall. Even if you don't support the recall, Ted, nearly 1.5 million people in California now will have had signed that petition to recall Gavin Newsom, and it will be on the ballot. And that means everybody in the state of California. And then at that point, we'll have an opportunity to vote on a recall. In which case, if we do have more people that vote, against it, and then Newsom will remain the governor. You can continue enjoying his tyrannical control over the next few years. But if not, the people of California will have an opportunity to vote someone such as myself into office. And
right.
Yeah, that's what we want to do, Ted. Now, I was just saying to Ted is we want to honor the people of California and their choice for better representation. Whether we like it or not, it's left up to the people.
Can we ask Ted? I totally respect people who do not support the recall. Totally respect them. What I do not respect is the people who are suggesting that you are doing something wrong by supporting the recall. That it
Correct.
has anything to do with the coup, and that it has anything to do with anger about Trump losing an election. I have been with you at these things, and even when I didn't necessarily support it, I met a lot of the people. They were small business owners who were worried about losing their money. Nobody was walking up saying, I love Trump and white supremacy, and that's why I'm here. Never saw that.
Right.
And so I would be curious, it's your show, but maybe ask Ted. Ted, is it okay to say that all the recall advocates, although they followed a constitutional process, are white supremacists bent on a coup? Or do you condemn that language while retaining your position against the recall? I'm very curious what Ted thinks.
All right, Ted, you heard it from Marcus Ruiz Evans himself. He's calling you out to speak on that and clarify if you could, because you're absolutely right, especially for those people that are against the recall. Should we, the people that are in opposition of what Gavin Newsom is doing, be silenced? Are we all white supremacists and bent on, overthrowing our government by violent means? Okay, this is a way to do it peacefully, civilly, and democratically. So if we the people want to get involved in this communal effort to remove one of our representatives, then we should be able to do so instead of, again, having that opportunity robbed from us. Clifford Holzer says, definitely recall Newsom. I can't stand that guy. I'm with you on that, Clifford. I'm definitely doing my best as a candidate. As I said, I am running for governor of California, so please visit my website, get involved with my campaign. If you haven't already, please visit my website, find out what I'd like to do for the state of California, sign that pledge card. If you can, make a donation today. But it's definitely striking that the mainstream media is picking up this rhetoric about everybody being involved being far-right extremists and, white supremacists. I'm definitely not that. I'm excluded from that just based off the color of my skin. So unless it's a black white supremacist like on Dave Chappelle. Yeah. But no.
That's the only option left. That's where we're at, where they're like a Chappelle skit.
Right. They're bringing that to fruition all in their heads,
It's really disgusting. It's really disgusting. I understand if people say we don't need to have another election. The majority of the public voted. You guys are picking on him. Fine. But this language about this is essentially your version of a violent coup to violently overthrow the government. There is nothing to that at all. I am shocked that people would even say that or allow that to be said or not criticize that behavior. This is a process in the law. It has absolutely nothing to do with the coup from the beginning. And then to say that everybody who's worried about losing their livelihood is a white supremacist, that's disgusting and slander by definition.
Indeed. I couldn't agree with you even more. I mean, I went out there today myself to collect signatures to get Newsom out of office now. And I spoke with some hardcore leftists. I mean, even some of his supporters who came up to me and engaged in conversation, asked me, why am I out there wanting to get him out of office? And once I explained those few reasons, they said, can't argue against that. I agree with you completely. And then they'd sign that petition. So it's sad that, again, the mainstream media, the fake news, is putting out all of this fraudulent reporting, because it's not true. It's not reflective of the opinion, the major opinion of the majority of people that are involved with this recall effort. So definitely don't listen to what they're saying. Take it with a grain.
I'm sure there are some racists, and I'm sure there are some Trump supporters, and I'm sure there are some white. But where does this come from? I had asked you early on when this first started, do we have evidence of the major organizers or the people who donated over the last 2 years on their Twitter feed or Instagram saying, I love white supremacy and Hitler was a good guy? And you go, no, I know the main organizers. I know the main donors. No, they haven't said anything like that. So if the main organizers and the main donors aren't doing that, I'm sure you're going to find a white supremacist backing the recall. But if the main organizers and the donors aren't doing it, and most of the people aren't saying that that's the motivation, where is the evidence for this coming from? Right. Or is this like when they said Tulsi Gabbard was backed by Russia because they felt like it, and there was nothing to support that at all? That woman's career was destroyed because people went on the news and go, I feel like this is like what Russia would do. It was incredible. There was zero evidence. They ruined her career on lies. So are we seeing this again? I just feel this is white supremacy. I just feel that this is a coup. Right. No evidence, nothing to back it up. We can just go. I just feel everybody who doesn't like the recall is secretly an alien bent on humanoid dominance. I have nothing to back that up, but I really feel that. Right. So now I'm going to assume that everybody against the recall is secretly an alien who doesn't like all humans and wants to put us in cages and have us salute their new alien overlord. I have no evidence to back that up, but I'm just going to go with it. I cartoon this to highlight that's what they're doing. Yeah. If you had some evidence, sure. When you have nothing at all, dude, this is why I back Cal Exit. It ain't working. Okay. Exactly. This level of just slander and you get it out there is the system not working. This is not supposed to happen. The checks and balances are not working. The whole thing's not structurally sound. This would never happen in a system that actually works with checks and balances. Evidence Exhibit A of why we need to get the hell out.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, it's them using the same tactics of fear mongering, to what Erica is saying here, gaslighting, by the Democratic Party to pretty much anger those people that are out there that are going toeing the line with the Democratic Party and looking at the Republican Party as if they're a nuisance. Newsom, the nuisance. But
well, looking at you, I mean, I was there when there were so many. You do well with minorities, and that's awesome. There were a few African American people who I saw would come up and go, Trump, Trump, and yell it in your face. And I was like, oh, they think you voted for Trump and love Trump. You never said that. You hated Trump. You never had any bumpers. They would just walk up and assume you back Trump, and there was zero evidence for that.
Right. Yeah, it's all based on assumption, and that's the thing, is they're refusing to engage in conversation to even learn about some of the reasons as to why anybody other than Trump supporters would be backing this recall. And it's sad again that the Libertarian Party hasn't stepped out in front of this. There isn't many leaders of the California Libertarian Party to actually get involved and get some mainstream media attention to say, we are also involved in this and we support the recall. I was out there today, and the majority of the information on my table, all of it really, is Libertarian Party information. So I'm still an advocate and supporter of the Libertarian Party itself and promote it. when I'm out there collecting signatures for this recall. And one guy asked me, he said, is the Libertarian Party backing this? And I said, yes, actually they are, because he was like, I only heard that the Republicans were backing this. So I just thought it was them against Democrats. Like, no, see, they want to shut out anybody that has an opposing opinion or that is independent minded or of a third party, affiliation. So sad to see that happening in mainstream media. Again, with Yes California stepping up to the plate to do everything that they can to bring more attention to all of the candidates running for governor, not just the Republicans, but the invitation was sent to independent candidates as well. So if you are supportive of any candidate that's running for California governor right now, other than me, Nickolas Wildstar, because I've accepted the invitation. I'm already ready to go to the big show, It's the rest of these guys that you guys need to put some pressure on and say, hey, why don't you also step up to the plate and show us what you got by stepping on that debate stage, unless they're afraid, of course, of taking me on head on. That could be a possibility.
Yeah, they're afraid of being called white supremacists, which is why it was great that Chamal Prath, I'm not going to butcher his name. He's a Californian of Indus region heritage, and he came out in support of the recall. And he's like, I'm Indian. And they go, oh, you're a white supremacist. What?
Okay, so this is the guy here. If you guys can see it, his name is Chamath Palihapitiya, I believe.
Yes, that is him.
All right, sir. So this guy used to be an investor for Facebook, one of the first few investors for Facebook, a venture capitalist, all this other stuff. Basically a multi-millionaire, billionaire, another billionaire claiming that he knows better than the rest of us. So he's running for governor. So he says. He's declared it on his Facebook or Instagram or Twitter page, but nothing on file yet with the Secretary of State. So the ones that have fully declared themselves, I'm on the Wikipedia page if you guys want to check this out. Wikipedia page for the 2022 California gubernatorial election. And these are all of the candidates that have declared themselves so far. So under the Republicans, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 candidates, including myself, that have been declared, as well as 2 independents here, including this Chamath Palihapitiya guy. So he's pretty much behind the firewall of secrecy since he's a billionaire, untouchable. And that to me is a red flag already, because as a public representative, you need to be accessible to we the people, or else what's the point? So he's announced, I guess, this guy, Adriel Hampton, a couple other people, including myself, like I said, is a declared candidate. So come on this Wikipedia page, contact any of these declared candidates that you see here, have them respond to that Yes California invitation to debate.
And there's a reason. This is the reason why we did this, was that we support democracy. And Yes California obviously reflects the will of the majority of California, which is California values. However, there are a lot of that a future California, even if independent, has to be a place that can accept everybody, and has to be a place for all Californians.
Right.
And if you accepted California values, you could still be conservative. We've always said that. I'm an ex-Republican myself, and we meant it. And so we were hosting this debate to say that we're not just saying that. We're the actual lefties who will actually tolerate and provide equal space for conservatives, because we view them as fellow Californians. And we also want to show that we think secession is going to happen. And we think if you're going to be serious about leaving and becoming a nation, you got to do it legally. There's only one way to do that. You have to get states to vote for you. And if you are not even talking to conservatives in other red states, how are you serious about getting the votes? And if you're not serious about getting the votes, why should you be believed that you're serious about legal separation? What we see is a lot of Californians saying, I hate Trump, I want to leave, I don't like these people, screw them, and we need to go. That sounds like the way the South did it in 1860. We are trying to avoid that and go, look, we are dead set. We don't like you, you don't like us, but we have never said anything but the legal process. You
Right.
have to reach out to Trump supporters in at least half the states of America and have real life connections and real life correspondence, and you cannot insult them as monsters and heathens in order to have a dialogue. And if you can't do that, you should not be taken seriously as backing Calexit. We take a lot of
Exactly.
flack for reaching out to conservatives in Yes, California. We do it because we're dedicated. There was a guy called Malcolm X. He reached out to fundraising from the Ku Klux Klan because he was a secret white supremacist? No, because he was dedicated and he knew they had money and he was going to do what it took to make it happen.
Right.
He wasn't no supremacist. That was Malcolm X. But he goes, look, they don't like us. We don't like them. I'm actually serious. I'm not out here to just give speeches and talk about a separate land. I am actually about it. Well, that means he had to get capital. Black people did not have capital in the end because of racism. So he went to people who had capital, which was the rich racist farmers. It's a little known aspect of Malcolm X, but it proves the guy was not a secret Trump supporter. He was dedicated to his mission.
Right.
And he meant it 100%. We're the same way.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm with you on that, brother. It's a matter of us following through despite all of the demagoguery and the hate speech against us, because we're going to have opposers and we're going to have people that drag our names through the mud, but we got to pull out the end of this and show people that we're the real deal and we're dedicated and committed to our freedom and liberty and independence for all, not just some, not just as, you know, those classes or a specific group or a certain community or whatever the case may be. All of the people of the community, all of the people of California, all of the residents that are here in this state. And we definitely, again, need to make sure that we are choosing the best representation for us. I mean, whether I get elected or not, I'm still a resident of California, and I still demand better leadership of our elected officials. So I have a stake claim in this, just simply as me being one of the contributing members of the economy and society here in California. So everybody out there definitely got to do your due diligence to find out who these candidates are that are running for governor, that have declared themselves already and could possibly be in the be front runners for this special election, which looks like, again, it's going to be happening in the late summer, midsummer or so.
Yeah. You're board of director, and you had been pushing the recall election, saying, hey, we need to get on this. So frankly, the only reason that Yes, California is moving is because your advocacy and your lobbying, and you pushed us in the right direction, and it was the right call. And I'm glad that I listened.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Hey, like I said, I want the organization to have an opportunity to be represented very well, and of course, be on the front lines of all of these issues that concern we, the people of the community. It's sad that the larger organizations that have more money, more power, more influence tend to, steal the spotlight, because I'm pretty sure if BLM right now was hosting a debate in the state of California, they'd be all over it. Or if Proud Boys, or
yeah, they would, but they also wouldn't have no conversation about 392.
What's that?
I'm just saying that when you get to a certain amount where you have the money and the power, they don't let you do certain things.
Exactly.
So, yeah. If they had this presence in the BLM debate, we're going to host a recall debate. Watch how many issues important to BLM would never get on that TV stage. Just saying, right. If BLM hosted it, and here's Colors, and we got $1 million, and NBC's backing it, I guarantee you at the end of that thing, the context that I have with BLM would be going, why didn't they ask this? How come they totally evaded that?
Mm-hmm.
How come they didn't even bring this up? That was a major BLM issue. How could they just not? money and power. That's why.
Yeah,
They're already bought and
exactly.
paid for. If you let to get that big, you're already bought and paid for. Usually, not always.
Yeah, and it's
So
definitely proven to be the
it is
case here in the state of California with our politics. A lot of people are unaware of California politics' is inner workings, including the people here in California, just completely ignorant to it and say, "Oh, I don't pay attention to politics," but then they haphazardly vote for whoever, whatever candidate they see the most commercials for, most billboards for come election day. So it's sad that they're involved in that aspect, but not involved when it comes to actually knowing who those people are, their histories, any existing laws, how it affects us, etc. So I appreciate Yes California again giving the people of California an opportunity to be educated on some of these restrictive policies and how it affects every one of us across the political spectrum and economic class, whatever the case may be, socioeconomic class. But if we want to do something, we have to start getting involved, and we can't ignore these issues any longer. So hopefully I'll be able to be on that Yes California debate stage. It was going to be open to the public via StreamYard, like
we
what
aren't
we're
going to have it if you're not there. It ain't going to
what's
happen if you don't. If we're not having the debate if you're not in it.
Oh, thank you, man.
You're a board member. It comes with privileges and rights. I'm really trying to build this up as that thing, and you started this idea. So this is your project. You did the leadership. You got us into it. We ain't doing it if you're there, not there.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, as I said, just more so being a working part of Yes California, I definitely feel like it would be advantageous for the organization to do this. And whether I'm involved or not, the show must go on. I feel like, of course, I would love to have an opportunity to be heard. But we'll see what happens, especially with these other candidates and me being on trial and all sorts of things happening over these next few weeks, a few developments.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
He's going up on trial for transparency, folks. Consider that.
Right.
We did 4 years of complaining about how people aren't transparent. And now we're going to impinge upon a man who wanted to bring transparency.
Precisely. And during this time, during a pandemic, when you would think that our resources and our priorities would be shifted on to more important matters, but instead the court would rather see me face charges for contempt of court is what they're calling it. But it's exactly what Marcus was saying. I was holding our court officials accountable by videotaping them in court. And because of this, I'm now facing 6 years in jail. So definitely stay tuned to that, because I'll be reporting to you guys live the week of my trial, which is the week of Valentine's Day, believe it or not, and my 10-year anniversary with my wife. So it's an extreme intrusion on my personal life. And I hope to see compensation at some point later on down the line. But first, I got to get rid of these criminal charges. So Clifford says, I'm not very knowledgeable about the inner workings of politics. I just know that I'm watching things get worse here and would like to learn more. Thank you so much, Clifford. That's it.
Yeah.
That's an epiphany all voters need to have. I mean, everybody that's here in California, whether you're not a voter, even if you aren't a voter and aren't registered to vote, you should be involved in the political scene. It's so much so to where I tell people when, I'm out there collecting signatures and I get people that say, I'm not registered to vote. Well, it's either you speak up and use your voice, or you choose to remain silent, because you're a silent citizen by not speaking up, not exercising your right to vote. And all of those changes that are being made to our society on your behalf, if you disagree with them, again, it's up to you to step up and say so. So we don't like Newsom. We're going to step up. We're going to say so. And we do like Yes California. So visit YesCalifornia.org and print out that petition, sign that petition, to send it in. Can people donate to Yes California? Because, Need some money.
They can. They can. It's not tax exempt. We're working on setting up a tax exempt structure right now.
Okay.
You can donate, but it's not tax exempt. You don't get any write off. And
so right now, Yes California can accept donations. Please make a contribution. It is not a tax write-off. So if you want to get that money back on your tax return or whatever the case may be, it's not going to happen. YesCalifornia.org definitely needs contributions and as much financial support as any other organization that's out there that claims to be grassroots, even though they're astroturfed. Look that up. AstroTurfed organizations like Black Lives Matter, who's backed by George Soros, billionaire George Soros, etc. So no astroturfing here at Yes California. We are pure grassroots, 100% for the people, by the people, to the people type of organization. So get involved with us if you can. And like I said, for all of you people out there with a little bit of extra to spend, make a contribution today. As well as to myself, I am running for governor of California, as I told you guys, and I need as much money as possible to be able to fight fire with fire, because we're up against the big banks and lobbyists and special interest groups, etc. So all you people out there claiming to be burner crafts and 99%ers, etc., you need to be on the Wildstar team, because I'm the only candidate that's fighting for the 99%. Here in California. So please definitely get involved. Hello, Carlos. Thank you for being here. Carlos is on Team Wildstar. So definitely look out for him to do more to help the campaign to get more exposure. And Peter Yeeple says, get her done, brother. Definitely. You know it. That's why I'm here. So all of my friends out there also involved in the Libertarian Party and the Liberty Movement, please help me advance the cause for liberty. As I said, I am advancing the Libertarian Party platform as a Republican. So we're going to have a discussion about rhinos and dinos and about that soon here with Marcus. So we got to schedule that sometime in the near future, definitely.
We're going to have a debate tomorrow. There's every Sunday at 11 to 1 p.m. is the Yes California board meetings. Governor candidate for the Libertarian Party and running as a Republican, Nickolas Wildstar, who's heading up as a Yes California board member, the recall debate. We'll be discussing the efforts that we've had recently, pitfalls, and next steps. I invite the public to come out. That's 11 to 1 p.m. Nickolas has the link. Everyone's invited. If you're not a board member, you can't necessarily speak until 1 p.m. at the public forum. But you could certainly tell Nick what your ideas are, so when he's talking to the rest of the board about the recall and what we could do, he could feed that in. And at 1 p.m., we do allow everybody to join. Please come out, watch, participate, and share some love and good feelings.
Exactly. Yes, please do, you guys. Tune in definitely tomorrow. And Marcus, thank you so much for letting me steal so much of your time. I'll let you enjoy the rest of your evening. Get something to eat. Buen provecho.
Mom, I'm talking politics, right? Mom, I'm talking politics now, okay? All right, I got to go.
All right, brother, man. Love you much. And take care until next time.
Love you much. Okay. All right. Mañana.
All right. All right, you guys. That again was Marcus Ruiz Marcus Ruiz Evans, MRE, my man, president of Yes California. He is again putting together a debate for candidates that have already declared themselves to be in the running for governor of California. And with this recall creeping up quickly, the recall to get Gavin Newsom out of office looks like it is going to be successful. We're attempting to organize that debate before March 5th. So we can again give all of the candidates an opportunity to be heard before this recall is put up for vote. So if you have any candidates out there that you're backing other than me, you know, because you need to be on Team Wildstar. But if you are not, contact those candidates that you are supportive of and be sure to have them accept that debate so we can get talking about these issues. Okay, here they are right here. Declare candidates on the 2022 California gubernatorial election Wikipedia page. So check it out. Just click on whatever party affiliation. Can be Democrat because they're riding Gavin Newsom, or running Gavin Newsom. So you can click on Republican, Independent, minor parties, etc. Find out who is running and contact these candidates. Okay. So I appreciate all of you guys for being here, for having this conversation, because like I said, to me, it definitely matters. Representation matters. And for anybody that wants to claim to be a representative of me, you got to be willing to go out there and work hard for my vote. You got to get involved in the community. You can't just expect to get the vote simply because you got the most money, or because your party endorsed you, or because you're famous. You know, you may have some people that step up on the stage like this Chamath Palihapitiya guy, who's, you know, famous and rich and feels like he should be elected governor, even though if you check out his website, I guess, promoting his campaign for governor, it's pretty much empty, especially compared to mine. It just talks about school and giving people money and all of that shit. So let's definitely change things around if we want to make sure that we're reducing the amount of taxes that we're paying here in California, bring back liberty like our gun rights, and being able to go outdoors and breathe freely without a mask and speak with friends and family members without getting ticketed for having a gathering, then you want to make sure that you get me in office. Okay. Carlos says, hopefully the recall happens. I will get to vote for the first time. Excellent. Yeah. And Carlos will be voting for me. That's right. I'm getting first time voters. I'm getting young voters. I'm getting voters on the extreme right. I'm getting voters on the left. I'm getting Gavin Newsom supporters. I'm getting everybody to vote Wildstar for governor. I'm getting YesCalifornia to vote Wildstar for governor. Not all of them, but some of them definitely, you know, especially those people that know that I am dedicated towards California independence, and of course, getting rid of those policies that restrict them, for sure. So Carlos says, yes, I will vote for you. All right. Thank you very much, man. Well, if we can make that special election happen soon, you'll have that opportunity coming up very shortly. So if you haven't already, guys, run over to recallgavin2020.com, print out that petition, sign it, have some friends and family sign it as well, since there's spaces on there for about 5 signatures or so, and then send that in as soon as possible so we can get him out of office, get Newsom out of office, get him out of office, get me in there, right? Okay, well, let's do this. Well, again, thank you to my guest, Marcus Ruiz Evans, who dropped by to chat with me. And as I said, you guys, I'll be scheduling another chat with him sometime soon so we can talk about good rhinos versus bad rhinos and dinos and all of those I knows out there, including libertarians. You know, it's some libertarian I knows who definitely are not following through with policy, you know, being supportive of that in itself. But with that being said, again, thank you to all of you out there who dropped some comments during the chat. Carlos, Peter, Clifford, Erica, Nina, Ted, Legion Love. Yeah, all you guys. Appreciate you for coming through, dropping comments. All of you that did not, that's okay. You're welcome to do so next time, all right? In the meantime, please be sure to share this video. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button so you can be notified next time I do another one of these random ass videos. And of course, if you want to help my campaign to become the next governor of California, head on over to my website, Wildstar2022.com, as you can see down at the bottom of the screen, and let's bring back liberty. Okay. Erica says, I support the recall. Hold on. No, that's not. That was actually an old one. Okay. The Republicans who are running so far are business. You can Beat them, just need to be good in the debates. I'm very well seasoned and ready to debate, my man. You can win Dem and Republicans. Exactly. I'm winning over Democrats and Republicans already. So it's a matter of just making sure that I can get all that's needed to replace this guy, you know. See you tomorrow in the team meeting. Have a good day. Absolutely, Carlos. You take care until next time. And to all of you out there, much love to you all. Long live liberty and take care until next time. Peace.